Crew Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one's for 30 Days of Sketches, day 14. Here is the beautiful sketch by Jessica Mitchell. I'm thinking I said her last name right. I hope so. And it's all these beautiful hexagons with like chicken wire in the background, and I just think it's a really cool sketch. So I have these pictures of when we went to an old mill, lumber mill, that a friend of ours bought, and he was showing us around, and these are just different things. Look at the size. This is a bandsaw blade that's curled up behind me. Look at the size of that. It's just huge. Here is part of one of the, just the frame that's left. And you gotta remember, these guys are over 6 feet tall. And this thing is just huge. I mean, look at the size of that on my husband's hand. I mean, it's really cool. Anyway, I have tons more pictures, but these are the ones that I'm going to try to use. I have my templates. These hexagons I'm going to use for my small, and it's the biggest hexagon punch I have. So I made myself some templates in different sizes to cut my pictures in. And then here is a cut file. I cut it twice of some chicken wire. Hope you can see that. There we go, a little bit less. And I can't remember where I got the file from. I don't have it written down in my program. It's just called chicken wire. So I'm going to use that, and I think I'm about using this as my background. So let's get going. Alright, so this layout actually was a lot of fun to do. Now, if I had wanted my hexagons, my pictures, to have a point at the bottom, all the pictures would have fit in all these hexagons. But I didn't. I wanted them to be flat at the top and bottom, just like they are in the sketch. So, the two biggest pictures, the ones in the pink that I'm doing now, are not going to fit. So, I am going to do a little something different with those. And I don't know if I do it on camera or if I do it off, but I'm going to rip the edge of the picture and have the background of what I use for backing each of the hexagons show through. So here I'm just showing you how I'm cutting out these hexagon pictures. I just used the template on the back and then used my little choppy guillotine. That's not a choppy thing. A guillotine trimmer to trim around the hexagon, and it gives me a beautiful, perfect hexagon. And then I was able to punch out that little one. I punched out two of them. I didn't end up using the third. I just used the little one of the three guys standing there. That's my husband, my son, and their friend that actually bought the mill site. Yeah, he was planning on building a shop on it. I don't know if he ever did or if he ended up selling it. I'll have to ask him. But here I decided to use the paper I used to cut out the little chicken wire, and I'm going to use it as a border all around the layout, just because this paper is super, super thin. So I decided it needed to be backed with some thicker cardstock. So that's what I did. And here's where I'm bringing in this paper pad. It's the one I got at Walmart. It's all kind of grunge, mixed media-ish paper. And I'm going to back each picture in one of these papers. And what I'm doing here is I took a fingernail file and I'm roughing up the edges, or kind of exposing the core of the photo just around the outside edge. It just gives it a cool little white, very slight white border all the way around. It depends on how much you take off. And I just took a tiny bit. And I really think it looks really neat. I learned that trick from Allison Davis in one of her paper pad classes that I took. And yeah, she says if you just want a slight border, just use a fingernail file and go all the way around your picture, and then it just pulls off that top layer and exposes the white core. Worked wonderful. So here's where I backed all those papers, and now I am just placing them out where I want them to go. And um, I'm just kind of deciding how much of that chicken wire I want to show. And I don't want it all to be underneath the photos, so I'm going to cut it all apart into a whole bunch of different sections and then use those sections around the hexagons. So I got it all cut apart, and now I'm deciding it needs, in the sketch it has all that mixed media in the background there. So I decided to get out, this is metallic watercolors. Um, I got it on uh, Amazon. I think they were like $15 or something. And I at first was just going to color it on, but I didn't like the way that that was looking. So I'm just using my acrylic block and just kind of like stamping it down, like coloring the acrylic block with my water brush and then just stamping it directly onto. And I really think that that turned out really cool. It's kind of hard to see because this background already has so much texture, but it just gives it that little bit of sparkle because it is metallic paint. So I'm getting my pictures laid back down on here, and this is where I decide I'm going to just go ahead, instead of trying to get everything placed and then try to come back in and glue it all, I'm just going to go ahead and glue down the centers of my hexagon pictures. If you just glue down the centers, that way I can still tuck the chicken wire all the way around in different spots, and it'll fit underneath, and I don't have to worry about pulling up the pictures, and I don't have to worry about moving everything. So I'm going to tuck these all the way around, and then I'll turn off the camera and I will glue them down because nothing moves. It all just glues down right where you're going to see me stick these. So while I'm sticking these down, remember this is a hop, and so you'll want to go and check out everybody else that is participating in it. There is a lot of people that are having fun, I think, with this hop. Um, there is a whole list, and I will have the master list in my description box. Not everybody plays every day, but yeah, you can just go and check them out and see if they are playing today and what they have created with this sketch. There you go. So getting these all figured out. So now it looks like that cut file goes all the way behind, even though it doesn't. And it's all glued down now. And now I'm bringing in these, they're metal gears that I got on Amazon. And I think this whole little package was $5 maybe. But there is so many different size gears in here. There's itty bitty tiny ones to these bigger ones, and they're 4 or 5 different colors of metals, and I just love these. I am using my Elmer's craft glue to stick them down because this glue works really well for sticking down heavier um, um, embellishments onto a page, and it's a super strong tacky glue, but it dries with a little bit of give, so like flexibility, so it remains flexible. So even though my page will turn and everything in the photo album, the glue will flex so that the gears are not supposed to pop off. And yeah, that's very important because I don't want a whole bunch of gears laying on the bottom of my page protector in a couple of years. So I'm getting all these glued down. And there you go. I'm liking that. I will come in next with my title. And I'm going to put the title in the same spot it is in the sketch. And I use, it's a Simple Stories Color Vibes Alphabet Sticker Book to put down the main part of the title. And I really, really like these alphas. There's a whole bunch of different wood grains, and so I pick a darker wood grain so it'll pop off the back of the page there a little bit. And I'm just writing out the word mill, and then I'll come in with some very old stickers, tile stickers. They're from Safari Boy. Baby Creations is the company, I think. And I've had the stickers for a long time. And I'm just using the brown capital letters to spell out the word old. So my title is Old Mill. And I'm going to come back in with some puffy paint that I got from Walmart in gold glitter. And I'll put that all the way around. Oh, first of all, I am going to put some my hexagon shapes back over top of my pictures and do some splattering. And I'm going to do the splattering in this more of a bronze color down here, just to be a little different than the other color that I had already used. And it doesn't show up a whole lot, but it does show up, especially down at the bottom. And yeah, so in the close-ups, you'll be able to see the splattering and everything a little bit better. So there I'll be at the end. So as soon as I'm done with the Nouveau drops, this layout is done. And I really, really like the way it turned out. In the picture of my son down there with the red barrel kind of thing behind him, that red on the side there, that is actually the paper poking through. That's the picture that I ripped because it wasn't wide enough to fill out that hexagon. And I just think that that turned out really cool. You can't even hardly tell that I ripped the page until you're actually looking at it and realize that that's what that is. So here are the close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another 30 Days of Sketches. Bye!